Welcome to Triggered Wrestling. My name is Brian. Welcome to the show that has all the good news, all the best reviews, and the hottest takes in the wrestling industry today. What the fuck did we just see in AEW Dynamite, man? A new champion was crowned, none other than my boy Double J, Jeff Jarrett, winning the Leatherface Championship? What the fuck is that? But stay tuned for more on this episode of Triggered Wrestling.
Triggered Wrestling is so awesome all the way around. That gets me triggered.
Ooh, okay, well, let's go with the bad trigger right now.
See, I'm a fan of all of it.
Will force you to watch Triggered Wrestling.
Adrian,
what's up?
Did you catch this episode of AEW Dynamite?
Yes, I did. You know I've never missed an episode of AEW, whether it's Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage, or pay-per-view, bro. I always gotta tune in and see some real wrestling, bro.
Well, my boy, there was some real wrestling on this match, and I will say that, considering I'm not that big of a fan of AEW, but there was a lot of action going on in this show, and a lot of, what the shit did I just watch, bro? Because this whole show went from regular AEW to like, what the fuck am I watching by the end of the episode, bro? It made no sense to me. But these episodes, I don't know what it is, just AEW just gets me so triggered, bro. It makes no sense.
That's fine, bro. You're here to speak on that triggered energy. But when it comes to other shows, make sure to, as The Rock likes to say, bring it.
Damn. I haven't heard that catchphrase in a long time. But anyways, so AEW starts off like it usually does. Looks like we finally get Orange Cassidy back starting out AEW Dynamite versus Wheeler Yuta. And I don't know why I never noticed it before. Like, I'm not a big Wheeler Yuta fan. I've made that abundantly clear throughout our first season and now the third episode of this season. I never noticed. Let me start this over again. The only thing more generic than Wheeler Yuta is his theme music. My God, bro. I've seen better theme music on elevators.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of Dance Dance Revolution. Like just generic ass, weird ass, I don't even know what to call it. Dubstep, trance music, dance music.
I have no idea what it is, bro, but it's bad music. I'll let you know that. It's just generic. I can go on the internet and find free music better than this. Hell, our own theme music, which I would say is pretty good and unique compared to this. And I'm not bashing our own music. I like our music. But this song, Jesus Christ, Tony Khan, you're a billionaire, my guy, and you can't do better than this?
Nah, bro, it seems like Tony Khan likes to spend money on actual talent.
Bro, he spent money to get Pantera's song Walk for RVD, but he can't spend fucking money for goddamn Wheeler Yuta's music?
Tony Khan is an RVD mark, bro.
You got one thing right there, which is the mark part. But continuing along here, Orange Cassidy wins via pinfall, retaining the AEW International Championship, and is immediately attacked by the Blackpool Combat Club. Adrian, what do you got to say about this?
You know, this story has been brewing up ever since Wheeler Yuta felt betrayed by the best friends, and he said that they were never really his friends to begin with, which is why he joined the BCC. People who actually, I would say, teach him stuff, when in reality they were first beating him the fuck up. I think Danielson beat him up, then it was Moxley, and I think William Regal slapped him up a bit and then joined the BCC. I don't know what kind of friends is that, but that's the people Wheeler Yuta wants to hang out with. I don't know why, but si le gusta la mala vida, that's on him. If he likes the rough life, that's on him. But it's a good, entertaining match. Wheeler Yuta's speed, although yes, he is generic, but his speed's still there. You know, for a small guy, he better at least have something. If it's his technical wrestling, it has to be his speed. So I'm glad Wheeler Yuta got a chance at the title shot. But again, it's Orange Cassidy. The man is undefeated when it comes to defending his title.
Well, I mean, I hope he'd be undefeated, bro. If he wasn't undefeated, he wouldn't be champion, my guy.
Yeah.
This guy. Nah, but for reals, though, didn't Wheeler Yuta challenge Orange Cassidy not too long ago and lost?
I think it was like months ago, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Well, yeah, so he gets attacked by the Blackpool Combat Club and none other than the Best Friends and then the Lucha Bros. And then Eddie Kingston come in and clear the ring. Then Eddie challenges the Blackpool Combat Club and whoever they can find to a match at Wembley in the Stadium Stampede. So there's Best Friends. So that's 3 people, right? That's Chuck, Trent, and Orange, the 2 Lucha Brothers, and Eddie Kingston. So that's, if my math is correct, that's 6 people, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the BCC is 4 guys.
It's Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, and Moxley for right now. And people that they need to find.
Is this going to be a signing of somebody that's an ex-WWE guy, you think, here? Or is it going to be somebody already on the roster?
That's going to be a good question, you know. It might be Moxley's lackey from New Japan. I keep forgetting his name, and I'm sorry. One of the new member of the Three Musketeers, which I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. And I don't know who else. I don't know. Danielson is not cleared, so you can check that off your book. So I don't know at this point.
I mean, it could be Suji, right? It's not Suji, aka Ramen Reigns.
No.
Okay, so that Ramen Reigns thing is a reference that we got from our friend on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that comment, Adrian.
No, I did not know. I've been busy with other stuff in the social media. A lot of people like some of the takes I got to say on there.
This is true. One of them was because you posted about Suji challenging Will Ospreay for his IWGP United States Championship, right?
Yes, aka IWGP United Kingdom Championship. He changed the name, but only for storytelling.
Yeah, so the guy who challenged him, that's the guy who they called Ramen Reigns because he does the spear and he does the pose and everything. But yeah. And he's Japanese.
And he has a creepy-ass Attack on Titan smile, which he got really popular on social media.
Yeah.
But hold on, before we move on, why is Eddie Kingston getting bigger pops than the whole entire WWE roster on Raw, bruv? Outside of Cody Rhodes, of course, and Seth Rollins. Why is that, Brian?
Because the AEW marks go wild for anything, my guy. That is facts.
Damn, so you mean to tell me that WWE sell out arenas just to have crickets in the audience? Damn, that's fucking trash, bro. See, this is the shit I hate. Motherfuckers go there to watch wrestling and they end up watching a play, and they know they're supposed to stay quiet when they watch a play.
Where it's known that Tony Khan mics the fuck out of the crowd, bro. You can hear somebody fart in the crowd through the TV.
I don't know by who. If I see a report, I'll comment on it. I haven't seen nada. Zip.
Whatever, man. Stay denying here.
Just because John Cena told Theory that WWE uses crowd noises to pipe his entrance, and they still do? That's the next John Cena, bro? Damn.
Bro. Anyways, I'm going to skip the whole Adam Page drinking beer at the hospital part here. Let's see. So Don Callis welcomes Chris Jericho down, and Chris Jericho chooses the Don Callis family. So before I continue, there was a painting hidden under a red tarp, I would guess you could call it. Chris Jericho unveils the painting, and it is Don Callis holding the head without the body of Chris Jericho, because I guess he assumed that Chris Jericho wasn't going to join. And this causes the Callis family to come out and lay the smacketh down on Chris Jericho, including Will Ospreay, who comes down and starts beating the shit out of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho ends up getting saved by none other than Sammy Guevara, who never left behind Chris Jericho. He said, if you need me, maybe I'll be here. And a whole week later, he's there for him. Adrian, what do you got to say about this?
Sammy Guevara, like you said, he never left. He just walked out on Jericho, but he never really said he was going to leave him. And I'm glad Sammy Guevara came back and helped him out, because the man got a huge pop of the AEW Galaxy. And I kind of called it a while ago. Why wasn't Sammy talking in backstage segments or in interviews? You know, maybe they were cooking something up, and apparently they did something. The crowd saw Jericho bloody and getting beaten up by the Don Callis family, and Sammy Guevara came to the rescue. That's how you build a babyface, my guy.
Yeah, hopefully this is something a lot better for Sammy Guevara, and hopefully they continue the Jericho Appreciation Society, but in a better way. Maybe as baby faces, but I mean, who knows? I just want them to stay together, but have a little bit more story put to them, especially for Sammy Guevara. Next, we have Darby Allin and Nick Wayne versus the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne jumpstart the match, get on the offensive on the Gates of Agony. At the end of the match, Darby Allin wins with the coffin drop on Bishop Khan. So, Adrian, what do you got to say about this match?
This was a great match. You saw two different styles on both teams. You saw the powerhouses, that is Gates of Agony, and you saw the speed and the agility of both Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. At first glance, you could see the size differences, and you can automatically tell, oh, I can tell who might win this match. But no, Swerve, wink wink, the speed and agility of Nick Wayne and Darby Allin was a little too much for Gates of Agony, and they got the upper hand of them. But then after the match, who shows up? None other than Joker Sting on the Jumbotron, and it has Prince Nana. I don't know if he had him held hostage or something, but that was a little weird. But it turns out that we're going to get a Joker Sting at All In.
Yeah, fucking Joker Sting, bro. AEW over here copy and pasting Impact gimmicks now. shake my head, leave shit back where it belongs. I'm not a fan of Joker's Sting, dude. I never was. It's just a blatant ripoff, my guy.
Oh my god, this guy. So now a guy can't use their own gimmicks on different companies now? So I could basically say the same thing about Cody Rhodes, right? Why is Cody Rhodes a nightmare in WWE when he was a nightmare in AEW?
That's just his nickname. So all of a sudden, you're going to tell me that Joker Sting is just a nickname now, bro?
Joker Sting is a gimmick. Sting gimmick. What, you think Dixie Carter created that?
Yeah, brother.
Bruh, what in the Vince Russo are you smoking?
Nah, bro. Dixie Carter, she patented that one. All right, next segment we get MJF and Adam Cole preparing for Wembley, talking about that they gotta essentially do what Aussies do. So they end up eating at Outback Steakhouse. Adrian, what did you think about this little gimmick, this little promo?
I thought it was really great. They pretty much did all the quote-unquote Aussie things to do. Ate at Outback Steakhouse. MJF showed Adam Cole a few kangaroo fight videos. And they also did a little segment with some guy backstage who I keep forgetting his name, similar to Crocodile Dundee. And mind you, Adam Cole had Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2 to watch with MJF. But guess what? The man that I said earlier was a mark grew a pair and started yelling at both Adam Cole and MJF out of screen, if I'm correct, right? Because we didn't really see Tony Khan yell at both Adam Cole and MJF. We just saw him scream.
He was off camera screaming at them through a door. So the guy that said, I won't be showing my face on TV is over here being part of the fucking show.
Yo.
Like, I'm okay with the announcements. But this is him being an active part of the show.
Yeah, that's exactly, yep. He did say, I am not going to be a character on TV like other people have portrayed in the past. I don't know if that was a jab or anything, but my man did it right away. What, less than 4 years? He did it? Come on, guy.
I'm okay with you going back on your words, but in this form, like to be comedic, in the midst of your own talent relations manager not being able to be on Collision allegedly because of CM Punk, my guy, do better.
Tell him, where's that triggered energy at, Tony Khan? You have CM Punk kicking people out of your building, and you have no triggered energy, but you got energy for Adam Cole and MJF playing little Aussies backstage? Come on, bruv.
Exactly. So then they actually come down to the ring, right? Adam Cole and MJF.
Yeah. The segment turns into a promo off in-ring segment now.
Yep. Then they're interrupted by Aussie Open, ends up attacking them down. Then MJF and Adam Cole get the better hand on the heels. MJF is staring down the heels on the ramp, and Adam Cole is teasing turning on MJF, but he doesn't. They end up hugging it out at the end here.
Aww. I like the promo off better than the backstage segments that we're doing earlier that night. But yeah, man, Adam Cole and MJF really had a great promo off. They went in there, they said their lines, they kept it moving, kept it short, and they made magic. Not like other shows where you talk for like 30 minutes and nothing comes out of it. Adam Cole basically said, and I quote, 9 months ago, doctors told me I may never wrestle again. And now, 9 months later, I'm in the biggest show, gonna be wrestling in the grandest stage, and wrestling for the most prestigious prize in sports today. That is the AEW belt, the Triple B, baby. And then right after that, MJF starts putting All In over, starts saying that All In was one of the biggest shows outside of WWE, which is really funny because this WWE name drop did not get the reaction it usually gets. I'm assuming because it wasn't a jab and the AEW marks weren't going wild, but MJF is right. All In, back in 2018, was the biggest show outside of WWE. And then he goes on, continues, and says he DM'd Cody Rhodes and asked him to get a shot at All In. And days before the show, Cody Rhodes messages him back and says he's all in. And then after that, he caught the eyes of owner Tony Khan and gave him a contract to join All Elite Wrestling. And then MJF goes and talks about the title and says, this simplifies everything to me. This means blood, sweat, and tears. I've missed deaths. I missed births. I had countless hours in the gym studying tape until my eyes bled. The man has sacrificed everything to gain the Triple B, the AEW title. Kind of like me and you. We've been sacrificing a lot to get this podcast going on. I think MJ's listening to us, my guy.
Guaranteed, bro. He's definitely listening to us.
Yep. And he also says that nobody is at the level of the devil. That promo off was amazing.
What wasn't amazing was the match right after this, my guy. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre match. Hardy makes his entrance and then he starts walking down the arena and gets attacked by Jeff Jarrett in the hallway. How did those fans know that there was going to be some action right there in that hallway? Seat fillers.
That looked like a bar type snack area?
No, bro. That was a straight up fucking seat filling area.
You sure about that? So there wasn't nobody in the side of the bar handing drinks?
No, bro. That was a seat filler AF to the max.
Okay.
Seat fillers. Either way, this match goes on. There's so much shit going on. The entire faction of Jeff Jarrett, who doesn't have a name yet, comes out there, helps him out. And then the entire Hardy faction comes out and helps them out. And then none other than himself, the legend Leatherface, comes out, chainsaw and all, and lays down the beatdown on Jeff Jarrett's faction. And then he dips. Jeff Jarrett ends up winning the match.
Whoa. He only kicked Sanjay Dutt.
Okay, regardless. You get what I'm trying to say here, bro.
And then he scared Karanoff away, which was pretty much the plan. He came his thing. He didn't go out to the ring and started chopping people's arms off, getting people's eyes out of their socket, or biting people like zombies. He came, did his thing, and kept it moving. This was actually a great match, to be fair.
No, bro. Fuck you. This was not a good match. You fucking defense mode AF.
I would rather watch this match than to watch an eyeball match or a zombie match. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I can see the zombie match, but
No.
I will go past that because it was the pandemic era. Either way.
No excuses, bro. They do that shit on the weekly.
Anyways, Leatherface comes out and Jeff Jarrett still gets the win. And then they award Jeff Jarrett with none other than a Leatherface title belt, bro. Who the fuck? So Tony Khan over here is like, let's buy a Leatherface championship belt for this gimmick match to promote this video game, and then doesn't even get it made by West Coast Design himself. The audacity.
What a mark.
Oh my god. So yeah, bro, his own championship belt for this. I cannot believe what the fuck I just saw. And literally, as soon as I saw Leatherface come down with his chainsaw, I was like, what the fuck am I watching, dude? I had no idea what was going on after that. And I just lost focus on the entire show after that. Adrian, you got anything to say?
I just wanted to point out that Jeff Hardy, when he came out, he had an amazing Leatherface mask, and then the paint job on his face, flawless, bro. The man can draw on his face, and he looked amazing, especially on all white too. Jeff Hardy looked great. A lot better than he did last week, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, dude, one thing I forgot to say. When the Death Triangle came out to help out,
Best Friends?
Fucking Orange Cassidy, the Best Friends. So their music hits. These guys are getting jumped in the ring, the Best Friends are. And, Penta and Rey Fenix and fucking their manager are up there dancing, playing to the crowd. It reminded me when Jeff Hardy was dancing during his entrance when his brother's getting jumped in the middle of the ring. It's the exact same shit.
Yeah, I saw that, but the thing is that they're not aligned with Best Friends.
True.
And their father getting their asses kicked. That's on them. Our beef is with Blackpool Combat Club.
But still, that shit had me dying. I forgot to mention that earlier. Yeah, I mean, essentially after this match, we get right into the co-main event, which is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus the Bunny in the AEW Women's Championship qualifying match. Adrian, you got anything to say?
Although we have not seen the Bunny in weeks, probably months, as soon as she made her entrance, the crowd knew who she was. The crowd was chanting Bunny. Then DMD comes out. The crowd was chanting Britt Baker and DMD. The crowd was alive in this match. This is how you book a woman's match. You have a top star like Britt Baker and a beloved star in the Bunny. This was a great match. Bunny looked like she didn't lose a step, but at the end of the day, we all knew who was going to win. It was going to be none other than Britt Baker. She did it with a curse stomp and got the 1, 2, 3 on the Bunny. I liked it. Did you like it?
You know, I just couldn't get past the whole Leatherface. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I expected Britt Baker to win. She did, but I just couldn't get past Leatherface. And that carried on to the next match as well.
The Leatherface, that's what killed it for you? Oh, if that killed it for you, I already know what's going to kill it for you in Raw, bro. I already know.
Damn. All right. Well, you get into the main event here of the Ass Boys versus the Young Bucks.
Before we get on to the main event, the Acclaim came down to supposedly have a match with some jobbers. And as the match was about to start, the lights go out. They come back up, and it's a House of Black in the middle of the squared circle. They layeth the smackdown on the Acclaim, leave them in a bloody pulp, and have Daddy Ass's boots with them. Could this mean we'll have a match at All Out and Daddy Ass will have a retire match? or at All In. I don't know. I'm all here for it. An Acclaim fan, a Daddy Ass fan, and a House of Black fan right here. But moving on to the main event, which is Colton and Austin Gunn, aka Bullet Club Gold, as they're making their way to the ring and have their sick-ass entrance. Who shows up with a jump start? The Young Bucks, and they steal their spotlight. That is the disrespect, especially for someone like the Ass Boys, who keep saying that they are the best brother tag team in all of wrestling.
I'm a fan of the Ass Boys. I love the Ass Boys. I'm a fan of the Ass Boys. I really do like the Ass Boys. Pause.
See, no, and that's the thing too. I like the Ass Boys too, and it just amazes me how they've only been in the business in a combined of 5 years or less. They literally do not have more than 5 years in the business, and they have had great matches with a lot of great talents like the FTR1 and FTR2, the Young Bucks, numerous tag team matches. Bro, if you saw them on TV, you would not have noticed that they've only been in the business for less than 6 years.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
The sky's the limit for them, especially aligning themselves with Bullet Club Gold. In my opinion, I think they're going to take over wrestling within probably a year or so. But yeah, the match was great. It was all over the place. It was back and forth. You know, at one point, the Ass Boys hit a big 310 to Yuma. A weird one, I should say. And then Nick Jackson breaks the count at a close 2.99999. And man, my God, that match, it was so crazy because like we just finished watching the match and I was doing my notes. So as I was writing, I was writing, I missed some things, but the match was great.
Yeah, the match was good. At the end, the Ass Boys and the Bullet Club Gold attacked the Young Bucks, and the person that makes the save was, who was it? FTR, yep, because they're challenging the Young Bucks. They want to have a fair match at All In. So that ends our AEW review. Anything you want to add to that, Adrian?
That was a great wrestling show, and I'm glad we started with this show, bro, because I know there's going to be triggered energy from you and from moi on the next show.
Got it. Well, let's hear a word from our sponsors here. If you want the exclusive kicks of Jordan, any Nikes, any Adidas, if you want those weird fucking Yeezy slip-on shoes, and you just didn't get them when they dropped for the first time ever, hit up Cleat Check Exclusive on Instagram or hit up his website at shopcce.com. Use code TRIGGERED for free shipping. Check out his inventory on his Instagram before you hit him up and before you tell him that Triggered sent you. How about that? Just because you know those shoes are hot and it's first come, first serve for those sneakerheads out there. So once again, Cleat Check Exclusive, sponsor of Triggered Wrestling, shopcce.com.
I think I'm going to hit him up. I know last week I said I like the Rollins shoes, the yellow Crocs he was wearing. I kind of fucks with those. I think I'm going to hit him up and see if he can get those for me.
All right. Hit him up, my guy. So, a couple things before we get into our Monday Night Raw review here. I want to talk about Darby Allin, because Darby Allin was over here chit-chatting it up, talking about how within the last year, the TNT title has lost all of its value.
Facts.
That is saying something, considering how he's still under contract with AEW, and he is saying these things.
Doesn't have to do with anything. He didn't say anything when Rollins was trash-talking Roman Reigns.
That's completely different, bro.
God,
this is him.
Bro.
This is him bashing his own his own title that he had.
Right.
Bro, so if Seth Rollins is over here talking about the World Heavyweight Championship being a secondary title, calling it shit, that's something completely different.
He's calling his own title shit, bro, and you have no triggered energy. He said,
ooh, when did he say that?
Roman Reigns refuses to wrestle, which is why we had to create the secondary title. If you wrestled regularly, there wouldn't be a need for a secondary title. The man is trashing his own participation title, but no triggered energy? Damn, quiet in here.
That's quiet, bro. Anyways, he's going to say this. This is quotations here. I'm going to be honest when I say this. To me, the TNT Championship used to mean something, and within the last year, I felt like it's lost all of its value. I remember that people that used to hold it, guys like Cody, guys like Brody Lee, myself, back then it meant something. Now it's like a hot potato. Honestly, I feel like it's lost its value.
It really has.
The guy who's the champion isn't even holding the championship. Christian Cage is walking around like he's the champion, and he's not the champion. It's Luchasaurus. I can't even fucking say it right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Christian on some shit right now, bro. I don't know what the fuck he's on, bro. Participation title holder? I should say he literally clarified himself as a participation title holder.
Anyways, either way, that's just one thing I wanted to bring up because Darby Allin's over here bringing up facts because it's obvious to everybody from the outside, except to maybe Tony Khan, that TNT title don't mean shit anymore.
It does not. It's a HPT, hot potato title.
Yep.
Before we move on, please bring that energy when it comes to Rollins towards Roman Reigns. Please. I'm all here for that.
All right. I'll get you next time. All right. And of course, we had some departure news here. Lacey Evans has departed WWE.
Who?
And is I remember, who was it that posted, what is the best thing that Lacey Evans has done in WWE? There are so many statements on that post, yes. On Twitter, on Facebook.
I screenshot a tweet and it said, what's the favorite Lacey Evans memory? And some fan literally said, today, when she was gone. I was fucking dying.
Yeah, man, this shit's wild. But I wish her well in her future endeavors. I hope she doesn't sign with AEW. And that roster's got so many women that aren't used. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
The WWE roster is bad as it is. And Lacey Evans never quite found her place after she came back from her pregnancy.
What do you think that is? You know, after the numerous pushes, the numerous character changes, the numerous title shots that she was given, not earned, given. Why do you think that WWE failed on Lacey Evans?
I want to say maybe she was pushed before she was really ready. I don't know how long she was in NXT. I don't know how long she was a professional wrestler before this, but she is definitely a Vince McMahon gimmick, blonde, military. People called her the female version of Sergeant Slaughter at the beginning. Yeah, I mean, she got pregnant. I think she got injured. Back-to-back things just kind of damaged her career.
I just thought about something when you said that she was basically a Vince McMahon favorite. What happened with Austin Theory? Days after he lost the U.S. title, people are still done with Austin Theory. I don't know why. The man had the look. He had the charisma. He doesn't really have the wrestling skills or the mic skills or the crowd involvement. What's up with these guys, man? That they're giving all these opportunities, not earned opportunities, given. And they're still not over with the crowd.
Yeah, you know, I think that's just, for example, Roman Reigns was given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to get over as a babyface to the point where WWE just kind of gave up and Paul Heyman made him a heel. And that seemed to work. I just feel that people just see something in these people, and then there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, with some people you're right, and with some people you're wrong. I mean, eventually Roman Reigns as a heel with Paul Heyman works, but it seems like they never found the right pairing for Lacey Evans or Ryback or shit. There's countless names, right? What was that one guy?
That one guy.
He got a push, and then they ended up finding out that he did gay porn. And then
Lars
Sullivan, yes, him. Yeah, they were just trying to shove him down everybody's throat at one point, and it just didn't work. And then people found out ways to get him off their screen, and he's off the screen now. So yeah, the fan base definitely ended that guy's career in general. Lars Sullivan, that guy.
Yeah, I don't know about no Lars Sullivan, but Austin Theory, after having a match with John Cena at WrestleMania, something should have come out of that, and nothing did. And if you can't get over with John Cena at WrestleMania, then I don't know what's next for you, my guy. I never really liked Austin Theory to begin with, and even after this, losing the title in a squash match? Bro, I'm so done with him, so done with that whole ass roster that they put people in front of our TVs week in and week out, and they're still boring, they're still bland, wasting my precious time, wasting the listeners' time, because we talk about this trash. It's just horrible. Just if he's over, cool. If he's not, keep it moving, fire him, release him, future endeavor, whatever. I just hate the whole time wasting when it comes to WWE, and by God, this episode was a whole ass waste of fucking time.
I will say that there was a lot of wrestling in this episode compared to other episodes. So I will say that there are some positives amongst the negatives of this show. The show started off with the Judgment Day in the ring, right? Or with them on the way to the ring?
Yeah, Judgment Day on the ring. It was Rhea, Dominic, and Priest. No Finn Balor.
Yeah, it seems like that was being teased that they're going to be breaking up. Of course, skipping kind of towards the end, they don't break up. It seems like they're actually stronger than ever. But that's how this show starts with the Judgment Day, setting up them getting interrupted by JD Madonna. They don't want to take his advice, yada, yada, yada.
Speaking of JD, man, zero pop. I know WWE has 3 brands, 2 brands and a developmental brand. I don't know why WWE just has people on NXT and expecting their whole audience to know these characters when they actually don't. Nobody knows JD Madonna, and nobody cares for JD Madonna.
His music hit, and I saw his entrance, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's been not even on my TV screen. No one knows his music. No one knows his theme. So when he came down there, nobody really knew who he was. And then he came out, and nobody cared.
Yeah, which is crazy because a lot of fans on social media know who JD Madonna is, but for some reason that doesn't transition to TV.
I mean, well, you got to put these people on TV. That's the thing. So there's other people I'd rather see than JD Madonna, but hopefully they could put him on TV. So if he is a big part of the story going forward, that people can recognize him.
Yup.
But anyways, they get interrupted by Sami Zayn, and this of course sets up the JD Madonna versus Sami Zayn match. Sami Zayn wins with a hell of a kick. After the match, Balor runs in and tries to lay the smackdown on Zayn here, but Sami escapes just in time. Anything you want to get into this match, Adrian?
No, this was boring, bland, not entertaining at all. Sami Zayn was still injured. At least that's what Wade Barrett and Michael Cole told me. So you have back-to-back same booking weeks? Last week, you had an injured Shayna Baszler versus a healthy Zoe Starks. Shayna Baszler beat her. That doesn't make sense. You're 100%. You're supposed to beat your opponent that is less than 100. Same thing right here. JD Madonna, Sami Zayn. JD's at 100%. Sami Zayn still has an injured elbow. To me, first impressions matter. JD Madonna did not impress me one bit. And am I a fan of him? Absolutely not. Is he a generic character? Yes. Is he worse than Wheeler Yuta? Probably. More generic than Yuta, I should say. I see no interest in this guy, but I mean, hopefully they put him more on TV because right now, starting off with the loss and trying to act like a tough guy, trying to bark orders at Judgment Day or Dark Order from Wish, I don't know what they're doing with him. Is he gonna team up with Finn and do their own thing? Go ahead, do it. Don't give us a 3-month-long story for something that might not happen. Just either do it now or don't do it at all.
That I can agree with because god dang, JD Madonna and Finn Balor isn't selling me as a tag team. But you know what is selling me as a tag team is this next segment here where Piper Niven comes out and pretty much lets everybody know that Chelsea Green and her are tag team champions and that she's her tag team partner now. And man, they could have chosen anybody and that's who they chose. And we'll see where this goes. I mean, I got nothing else to say. I haven't seen her on TV for a while, but we'll see where this goes for the tag team women's division. Adrian, anything?
In that same backstage segment, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance went up to Chelsea Green and asked them if they want next at the tag team titles when she finally has an opponent. Obviously, this match is going to happen somewhat in the future. Hopefully not next week. Probably at a PLE or something. Build up Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Those two wrestlers are impressive. WWE has something with them. They may have lost their first match, but they were competitive and they showed heart. That's what I like in my wrestling. If you're going to have somebody lose, at least make it a competitive match so you can watch them when they wrestle again or when they do a backstage segment or a promo. I'm a fan of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I dubbed them as the next WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Hopefully they don't get cursed like the previous Tag Team Champions.
You know, the only thing I think here is that I'd rather see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn from SmackDown, the former NXT champions, get the first chance. Not Katana Chance and Kaden. Bro, are you serious? They're the ones that beat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter the first time. And they're the ones that were trying to unify the tag
Nobody
team
watches NXT, bro.
This was on SmackDown.
Nobody watches SmackDown besides Bloodline.
Bro, stop more. Anyways, continuing along here, Byron Saxton interviews Cody Rhodes. He talks some mess about the Judgment Day. Then Imperium comes out, and they're interrupted by Chad Gable, who shushes them. And this sets up Chad Gable versus Giovanni Vinci. Chad Gable wins. And then Gunther calls Gable out, and then that essentially calls the Alpha Academy shit. And he challenges Otis to match right then and there. And then Gunther beats Otis. And this was a long segment. Obviously, there's commercials in between. But I'm happy that we had a lot of wrestling matches back to back. There was a lot of wrestling time here. Adrian, what do you have to say about this entire double match segment here?
Trash. Boring. What's his name? Vinci has zero crowd involvement. Chad Gable is a star. I've been saying it from day one. If he leaves that gimmicky shit out of here, he's going to be a star. All he has to do is show his wrestling, and that's what he did. Gunther, my guy, what are the horrible booking after horrible booking? This is Rhea Ripley all over again, just giving her fucking weak-ass, boring-ass opponents. as a champion. I was not a fan of these two matches. They had, approximately 58 minutes worth of matches, but this is the first time in probably 25 fucking years for WWE. I don't know, I haven't been doing the math, but I'm assuming 25 years. This was boring. Boring matches, crowd was not involved, crowd was dead. It looked like all the matches were snack break matches, and this is where I'm going with, what's the point of having a sellout arena if the fans aren't even going to show up? Are they just supposed to stand there and sit there like mutes or what?
I mean, I liked it, bro. I got to see Otis. I got to see Chad Gable have a good match. I want to say that Ludwig Kaiser is really fucking good on the mic.
He's great. Great.
That guy is really good in the mic, and they have something with him there that can grow in the future.
The whole story with Maxine Dupree?
No, I just mean him as a performer, as a wrestler. Like, he's got charisma. I'm sure he can have a good match.
He can have a good match. Ludwig Kaiser can have good matches. Don't disrespect my guy.
So after that, we get Matt Riddle convincing Drew McIntyre to be his tag team partner, and they take on the Viking Raiders. So Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle taking them on. They, of course, win. Is this going to be another weird pairing with Matt Riddle like it was with Randy Orton, but now it's Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, it's seeming that way. But more on Drew McIntyre. The man did not seem like he was fully invested in the match. I don't know if that's something that is going to come into play in the story where the bro is overhyped and Drew is not really that, spunky or whatever you like to call it. But yeah, Drew did not look interested. He looked bored. He just wanted to get in there, do his job and leave. Drew was not his usual self in this match. Or maybe because he was against the Viking Raiders, certified jobbers. I don't know if you caught that, but Drew's facial expression said it all.
I think the way this is going is that Drew McIntyre is eventually going to turn on Matt Riddle and it's going to be them feuding against each other. Why? I don't know, but I feel like that's where this is going because I would not want to see Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle be tag team champions.
That's all everybody was saying on social media, that Drew was going to turn on Riddle. Drew's going to turn on Riddle. I don't know why. He can just do it right now without making a story. Just, hey, I want to be a big, bad, tough guy. I was a pandemic champion. I want to go back to the top. Start by beating Riddle up and continue your way up until you get to a title position. Challenge Gunther, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, I don't know. But yeah, no, Drew McIntyre needs to be back on the main event division or main event spot, or at least top mid-card guy, not in the tag team.
Yep. So we'll kind of get there after this quick segment here, because after this match, Raquel Rodriguez is upset that she's still injured, not cleared, and tells Indy Hartwell to go out there and show the world what she's got. So Rhea Ripley is going on against Indy Hartwell after commercial break. Ooh. But coming back from commercial break, we get that recap of Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre walking backstage. Matt Riddle's super excited, but McIntyre kind of wants him to slow things down. And they're interrupted by the New Day. And the only reason I want to bring this up is for one reason and one reason only, was those white folding chairs, which if you have not seen that Alabama boat fight on the pier incident, bro, man, when I saw the white chairs, bro, I immediately fucking laughed. And props to New Day for bringing that prop on and giving everybody a laugh.
I would have actually liked it better if they came out with the chairs last week. And hear me out. Only reason why I say that is because we live in 2023, where trends come and go. One day they're in, the next day they're out. It's a week too late, my guy. Those chairs should have been brought out last week when New Day made their return. Would have gotten a bigger pop and would have had a lot more people talked about it. But they did it this week. It was funny. Not a lot of people were talking about it, but the few that are happy it happened.
Yep. And then Indy Hartwell, even though she had a vignette and a promo earlier, ends up losing to Rhea Ripley here. After the match, Candice LeRae attacks Rhea Ripley and beats her up in the corner. So after this match, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell end up beating Rhea Ripley down. It's kind of weird, I would say.
Yeah, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley for next week. Watch, you heard it here first. But speaking on Indy Hartwell, she was former NXT champion, correct?
Yes.
And then they had a little video package explaining who Indy Hartwell was, similar to the one Zoe Stark got when she made her debut.
Yes.
And again, she got zero pop. I know WWE is doing a lot better than AEW when it comes to viewership, social media-wise, all of the above. But my problem with WWE right now is the average WWE fan does not watch or keep up with NXT. So why do they pretend, or why are they acting like WWE fans watch all of their product and just expect everybody to know these people? I know that's something you like to complain about when it comes to AEW, but when it comes to AEW, the fans know who these indie stars are. WWE has people on the NXT rosters that nobody knows. Why is that?
I think people do know who she is. I think it's just people don't care who she is, mostly because of the way she's been booked ever since she came up. I think her first match was in that women's tag team gauntlet thing.
Yeah.
She was the first one fucking eliminated. Then she came on TV a couple more times, and then she was gone for TV. And now you want to bring her back? And I think that's kind of like why people don't care anymore.
Yeah. It kind of sucks because she was doing great things in NXT. And this goes back to the draft. A lot of WWE fans were upset that these NXT people got called up to the main roster when there should have been other call-ups. Like, for example, Cora Jade. She's probably going to be debuting in the main roster soon. Braun the Breaker, But for some reason, the main roster got all these duds outside of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance.
I just want to correct you, bro. His name's Braun Breaker, not Braun the Breaker. But either way, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, bro, I'm not too big on them. I just feel like they got called up because they've been there for so long, and you either release them and have them go to AEW or...
Bro, I love them, bro. They can wrestle, bro.
Yeah.
Or at least their style is what I like. I'll say that. Yes, I like their style.
Got it. Okay. All right. And then, so after that, Shinsuke Nakamura makes his way to the ring and has a showdown in the middle of the ring with Seth Rollins. Of course, there's a bunch of memes being made about this confrontation here because Shinsuke Nakamura whispers something in Seth Rollins' ear that gets him all discombobulated and allows Shinsuke Nakamura to attack him from behind. Shinsuke Nakamura says he wants the World Heavyweight Championship, so that's going to be the next feud and the next match at the next PLE between these two gentlemen. Adrian, anything you want to say about that?
I like how you skip the boring. You keep skipping all the boring parts, but don't worry, guys. This is what I'm here for.
What did I skip?
Michael Cole asked Shinsuke Nakamura, why did you attack Seth Rollins last week? Shinsuke replies in Japanese. Mind you guys, the crowd is dead. Boring, dead, not really cheering for anything, not really popping for anybody. Who comes and wakes them up? None other than Seth Pimpinella Rollins out there literally wearing either Becky's clothes, Pimpinella Escarlata's clothes, or some Exotico for Mexico's clothes, but this guy is a quote-unquote world champion? Damn. Oh,
I don't know what you mean, bro. He's dressed up in high fashion.
This is...
Uno que compra...
No wonder the crowd was dead. And I even wrote in my notes, I'm not a big Seth Rollins fan, but even when Seth Rollins' music hit, the fans woke up. The fans finally started cheering. It's like you know how when you go on talk shows and they have those lights that tell them to applaud or stay quiet? It's like WWE has that. Stay quiet for everything and applaud when we need to. Or if you don't applaud, don't worry. We'll crank up the crowd noise button.
Bro, anyways, everybody loves Seth Rollins and he's over.
I know,
either way.
But, sorry. This is... I couldn't get all the details and I couldn't do the research in time. But what's up with WWE and having these little whispering in people's ears? We had one with Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. I think we had one with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. And now this one, and it's like the talk of the town, but nothing comes out of it.
I think the other ones were more like not gimmick whispers in the ear, and this one was a gimmick one.
Yeah, because, again, Shinsuke Nakamura was saying everything in Japanese. So what could he have said to Rollins? Rollins doesn't understand Japanese. You know who, quote-unquote, understands Japanese? Michael Cole, apparently. Because when Shinsuke answered in Japanese, Michael Cole's like, okay, and starts asking him another question like he knew what he was talking about. Bruh, subtitles. Come on, guys. 2023.
Man, well, after that, we have Byron Saxton interviewing The Miz backstage, and The Miz rambles how he is unpleased and that he'll show up on SmackDown.
Ooh.
And then Trish Stratus comes down to her match with Becky Lynch. Adrian, anything you want to say about this?
It's funny because after Rollins left the ring, the crowd went back to sleep, apparently. Is Trish Stratus a Mind of Famer?
That she is, yes.
Damn. And no pop. This match with Trish and Becky Lemonade Lynch was not it. It was... I'm not going to call out botches because they're unavoidable. It happens everywhere. But this match was sloppy, even to the standards of Becky Lynch and someone like Trish Stratus, who says the woman division would not be where it's at if it weren't for me. Well, I'll leave it at that. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all.
Well, this match ended in a double count-out draw. Becky Lynch ends up getting attacked up in the merch table stand by none other than Zoe Stark. So Zoe Stark comes out and attacks Becky Lynch and beats her down. But at the end, Becky Lynch ends up standing tall at the end of this segment. Adrian, I would say that this is definitely not seat fillers here on this actual merch table, unlike the AEW segment that we saw today.
Yeah, that is correct. There's a lot of paid tickets that attended that event to fall asleep. I don't know why would you go to an event and fall asleep? That's not me, but the fans did. Are they going to ask for refunds? Who knows?
Wow.
But let me ask you this, Brian.
Yeah.
End this fucking segment because later on in the night, Adam Pearce books a steel cage match, so no interference is going to be involved. It's going to be between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. So we have had months of storytelling. And is this the payoff that you want? The payoff that you want in your storytelling, Brian?
Yes. I want to see these two women in a fucking cage match.
So then what was the point of this match then? They could have just done a cage match from the beginning.
Yeah, but they've been getting interfered all the time by Zoe Stark.
Then why were the fans sleeping then instead of it was a must-see TV event?
This is must-see TV, my guy. That's why it's going to be in a cage match.
Damn.
Trish Stratus in a cage match, bro? Never seen before. Probably. I'm not going to Google it.
If she's slopping a regular match, just imagine in a cage match.
Hey, bro. She'll do well. Anyway, so I'm going to skip over a recap of the Alpha Academy and Empyrean stuff, where they're going to end up having like a match in the future. Then we get the main event here. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. Adrian, take us home on this show.
Apparently, the crowd in attendance did not hit the snooze button when it was time to wake up. Only woke up when they said, "Whoa, something, something, Cody Rhodes." And after that, it was like, meh. I do remember these two having a great match earlier on the year. Did it live up to standards of this first one? It did not. Was it exciting? Was it better than the first one? It was not. Was I entertained? Obviously not. This was just for a first time for WWE to have more than 55 minutes of wrestling in a show. This was highly disappointed. You know, a lot of people say that WWE has the better characters, the better producers, the better matches. Where? I've only seen a few good matches from a few individuals. But yeah, I didn't like this main event at all. Finn Balor is basically a walking jobber now. I don't know why, but I mean, that's Paul Levesque. Keeps giving him chance after chance. And guess what, Brian? Guess who shows up to the match and tries to intervene?
Sami Zayn, bro.
Yes, and Dark Order from Wish, and once again, the goofballs. How do you cheat and still end up losing? Please answer that for me.
I mean, it happens, bro.
To be fair, I was laughing when Priest slid. He basically magged Finn Balor with the briefcase, and Cody used it to capitalize and do a crossroads. A man, Cody Rhodes cannot win, but just Cody Rhodes did not really seem in it. Again, similar like Drew McIntyre. He was like, oh, fucking match? Alright, cool, whatever. Let me just do my job and get out of here. I felt no involvement. Wrestlers were not really energetic this episode. I don't know what it was. Maybe something happened backstage. I don't know. This was not the Cody Rhodes I know, especially in this match.
You know, I did like the way it ended with Judgment Day still. They were standing tall at the end of this match. Finn Balor helped put away Sami Zayn through the table. They all had a big celebration afterwards, bro. So there was a lot of energy to end this show, I would think. So I don't know what you saw, other than Cody Rhodes not being tip-top. But I saw him perfectly fine.
Nah, Cody Rhodes was not fun at all. You know what's funny too? An injured Sami Zayn came out, and both Zayn and
yes.
Cody Rhodes took on the whole Dark Order from Wish, minus Rhea Ripley. Bruh, how do you label yourself as the most dominant faction in WWE today, and you can't even defeat an injured Sami Zayn and a beat-down Cody Rhodes? Goofballs at its finest right here. And who comes for the save?
Man.
None other than JD Madonna. Bro, you lost the match. What is he doing?
You got too much negative energy for me right now, my guy. You got to bring that positive energy because I got something I'm really excited about. Enzo Amore making his debut for New Japan this weekend.
Mr. SAWFT.
So I've said it multiple times on here. I think that he is extremely underrated in the ring. And this goes back to our Facebook post. Our Facebook post read, "What's your unpopular wrestling opinion that you stand by?" And mine is that Enzo Amore should get a lot more credit for being one of the best talkers to ever step in the ring. I'm talking Mount Rushmore status of talkers here. So I'm glad that he's going to New Japan Pro Wrestling to show what he can do. He's actually going to be in a trios match with Jack Cartwheel and Starboy Charlie against Rich Swann, DKC, and Ryusuke Taguchi. I probably fucking murdered that name. But Jack Cartwheel is Sacramento native. We saw him here in SPW, and we saw him on TV at Triple Mania this past weekend. Adrian, so what is your controversial or unpopular opinion that you stand by?
I actually have two, and I'm gonna go with the one that's probably gonna trigger the most people. I'm gonna go and say Big Swole is highly underrated. The woman can wrestle. The woman has a charisma, has a skill, has the mic skills to back it up. Her entrance music, from the way she carries herself, Big Swole was gold. Just so happens that she had a dentistry match with Britt Baker, and that sort of kind of ruined her career. Tony Khan also bashing her. A lot of people don't like Big Swole, but I'm a big fan of Big Swole. Everything from the music, from her entrance, from the way she wrestles, her mic skills. I think Big Swole is underrated, and I think she still deserves a shot at anything, at either WWE, Impact, or New Japan Strong, Stardom, or AEW back again. Big Swole needs to get back on TV.
All right. So then what's your number two?
Oh, my number two, I already said it on here before. It's that Royal Rumble in 2011, where Alberto Del Rio became the Royal Rumble winner, and it was 40 men in, 1 man out. Santino Marella almost took out Alberto Del Rio, but of course they couldn't do that. Alberto Del Rio was at the top of his game at that point. Yes, the Nexus did control a majority of the match, but it was for the storytelling. Booker T was a surprise entrant, and to me that was highly disappointed. I like that Royal Rumble. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. I even have the DVD to prove it. I can watch that shit anytime, anywhere. Even if I don't have Wi-Fi, I can still watch that Royal Rumble.
Damn. Well, if you have any of your own unpopular opinions, message us at Triggered Wrestling. And if you are on Twitter, that's Trig_Wrestling, TRIGG_Wrestling. Let us know what is your unpopular opinion, because we're all fans, so everybody's going to get triggered by something. And we just want to know what your unpopular opinion is. I mean, is it that Bret Hart is overrated, which quite a few people actually said? Is it that The Rock is overrated? I mean, is it? And there's a lot of stuff that people were saying on our Facebook pages. So go on there, check it out, and join in on the conversation. Adrian, anything else you want to say?
More people were saying that wrestling is dead. A few fans said Vince did more harm to wrestling than actually good. This is why I like talking to the fans. They have a lot of different opinions that we don't, and it's fun to see how other wrestling fans think, because not everybody thinks the same. And I think that's what's great about wrestling today, that there's so much wrestling going on that some people like a wrestling style, other people don't. Some people like a promotion, other people like another one. I like it. It brings the community together. It's cool to roast. It's cool to trigger some people. I like it.
All right, perfect. Well, let us know what you think.
And make sure to follow our content at Triggered Wrestling, and on Twitter and X, we are TRIGG_WRESTLING. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, guys, stay triggered.
Bang, bang.